Hello everyone, myself Tanvi Patel, working as Assistant Professor in Mahatma Gandhi Institute of Technical Education and Research Center, Navsari. Subject is Effective Technical Communication and our unit is Technical Communication. So today our topic is Interview Skills. So what is an interview? An interview is essentially a structured conversation where one participant asks questions and the other provide answer. In common parlance, the word interview refers to a one-on-one conversation between an interviewer and the interview. So, next, the interviewer asks question to which the interview responds. Usually, and usually, so information is offered by the interview to the interviewer, and that information may be used or provided to other audiences whether in real time or later. This feature is common to many types of interviews. A job interview or interview with a witness to an event may have no other audience present at the time, but the answer will be later provided to others in the employment or investigation process. That is the interview. In job interviews, the employee's aim is to know whether the applicant can be of service to his company or not. And the applicant's aim is to find out the suitability of that job or not. Means in job interview, the employer who is taking the interview, he always finds that the applicant who is taking this job is perfect for his company or not, and the applicant who is giving the interview, he always finds that the suitability of the job is for him or her is perfect in the company or not. The purpose of an interview is for gathering relevant data about a candidate for a particular job position, promotion, or making a selection panel. There are other methods also for appointment or selection of a candidate like group discussion, written test and oral presentation. But interview is the best method to evaluate a candidate. For evaluation of a candidate, there are different types of tools used in interview like face-to-face conversation, meetings, telephone talk, video conferencing between a candidate and the selection committee or by candidate's presentation. Now next is general preparation for an interview. One should cover following points while preparing for an interview. First, he should analyze the job, then make a match, then research the company, then practice interviewing, get your interview clothes ready, what to bring to a job interview, practice interview ethics, and get direction. These are the general preparation for an interview. Listening and ask questions. Follow up with a thank you note. Consider your answer to common interview questions. Practice your speaking voice and body language. Conduct mock interviews and print copies of your resume. These are also the additional information which you should know before going for an interview. Next is objectives of interview. To evaluate the applicant's suitability, that is the first objective. Then to gain additional information from the candidate. Then to provide general information about the company to the applicant. To create a good image of a company among applicants. Next, types of questions generally asked at the interview. There are basically 5 types of questions: open questions, closed questions, clarity questions, suggestive questions, and situational questions. So, in open question, in this type of questions, candidate can have a space to speak about a topic or subject widely. Means it can be asked, what do you think about tell us about or talk about. That are the open questions. Then second one is closed questions. Closed questions means where candidates have to give particular answer. Here exact and accurate answer is required. Such questions can be like when you will join your job, what was your specialization, what is your expected salary, etc. Next is clarity question. In this type of questions, the main purpose of a question is to find out subject clarity of a candidate. Such question can encourage the candidate to talk in detail about topic or subjects. Suggestive questions. Here, interviewer can ask questions to understand the candidate's response clearly or in particular direction. It can be asked for confirmation. Next is situational questions. In this type of questions, interviewer can give a situation to handle to a candidate. The main purpose of this type of question is to judge the candidate's ability to handle difficult and sensitive situations. Such questions can be like, suppose your company is facing the problem of decline in the sale, what will you do? How will you handle if? This type of questions are asked in situational questions. Now, next types of interview. Here are the types of interview which are shown below. Structured interview, unstructured interview, behavior interview, stress interview, one-to-one interview, panel interview, telephonic interview. So, first is structured interview. The interview in which present standardized questions are used by the interviewer which are asked to all the candidates. It is also known as a patterned or guided interview, that is structured interview. Next is unstructured interview. The unstructured interview is one that does not follow any formal rules and procedures. The discussion is free flowing and questions are made up during the interview. Next is mixed interview. It is a combination of structured and unstructured interview wherein a blend of predetermined and spontaneous questions are asked by the interviewer to the job seeker. It follows a realistic approach which allows the employee to make a comparison between answer and get in depth insight too, that is mixed interview. Next, behavioral interview. It is concerned with a problem or a hypothetical situation given to the candidate with an acceptation that he or she would solve the given situation. It aims at revolving the job seeker's ability to solve the problem presented. Next is stress interview. The employer commonly uses stress interview for those jobs which are more stress prone. A number of harsh rapid fire questions are put to the interview with intent to upset him or her. They are called stress interview. It seeks to know how the applicant will respond to the pressure given from the interviewer. Next is one-to-one interview. The most common interview type is which they are only two participants. The interviewer, that is usually the representative of the company, and the interview, taking part in the face-to-face discussion in order to transfer information. That is one-to-one interview. Next is panel interview. Panel interview is one in which there is a panel of interviewers, that is two or more interviewers but limited to 15. All the members of the panel are different representatives of the company who ask question to the interview. Next is telephonic interview. Telephonic interview is one that is conducted over the telephone. It is the most economical and less time consuming, which focuses on asking and answering questions, that is telephonic interview. Last one is video interview. An interview in which a video conference is being employed to judge or evaluate the candidate. Due to its flexibility, rapidity, and inexpensiveness, it is used increasingly. Means more and more people now use video interview to hire many candidates from home. So these are the types of interview. Thank you.